YouTube, what it do is your boy Benji, and we are back in between the ropes. If you're new, please don't forget to subscribe. We love all things entertainment this way, and we got to dig deep into the world of wrestling. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna just cut straight to it. We just had Raw on the 10th of June, or the 9th actually, and I ain't gonna lie, it was a good episode. I mean, we got a lot of good wrestling. I'm not the one that's gonna be upset about triple threat matches or fatal four ways. I enjoy it, but a lot of people are against them. At the end of the day, we got to progress some storylines forward, and the show opened with the GOAT, John Cena, coming out. He let the crowd know they have no power, and all they did was bring back a huge John Cena mega fan. They brought back a dude that his biggest accomplishment was pretending to be John Cena. Obviously, he's alluding to R-Truth, and R-Truth, while he was able to interrupt in the tag team match and hit John Cena with a championship belt, ultimately leading to Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso winning, he didn't really accomplish much. And neither did the crowd, because John Cena is still the champion. He's still the GOAT. And he's knocked off a lot of guys that the crowd didn't believe he could be able to get through. And he doesn't really have much left. He's beat the best in the world. Oh, or has he? Because we quickly see CM Punk show up, and he stares John Cena right in the face and lets Mr. Cena know they can get it cracking right now. But he's got a couple things to get off his chest. He thought it was interesting, which I guess plenty of us could talk about. It's pretty interesting that the clean cut guy, the Boy Scout, the guy that everybody would look up to, is the one that's turning his back on the system. And CM Punk, the guy with all the tattoos, the edgy guy, the guy that stands out, the guy's a little bit different, is the one that's standing up for the machine. But he's not really standing up for the machine. He just didn't feel like he had to sell out to the final boss. And he points out that the people are his final boss, which is obviously an allusion to The Rock, even though we really haven't heard The Rock referenced by name much. CM Punk's been one of the people that have been willing to mention the ball fraud with no questions. He points out John Cena has been a huge sellout, and he can't lie that he's not quite sure what he would do if he were to get the belt, because he remembers holding that belt and having one of those championships. He does mention the World Heavyweight Championship. It'll turn you soulless. It'll turn you into someone who's willing to do anything you can, or a shell of yourself, just for the gold. But he's willing to get a match in right now to take that belt off of John Cena's shoulder and alleviate him of that weight. But John Cena says, nah, we're not doing this in Arizona. We're doing this to Saudi Arabia. We're taking this battle to Saudi Arabia, not the champions. And these guys stare at each other and they grill. But of course, it isn't long before we get Seth and his boys, the revolutionaries, the visionaries, and it becomes an oil farm contest. Everybody's standing. We think we might get one of those moments. We think we might get a tease. Seth Rollins might get active today. What is Mr. Money in the Bank going to do? No worries, guys. He's not going to do anything. We quickly get Chad Gable and AJ Styles entrances. And Chad does cut a promo in the middle of the commercials. And he's obviously favoring a lot of his arms because, dude, this dude's a workhorse. One day he went through a crazy match against Vikingo, and then later participated in the Money in the Bank match, which allegedly wasn't him. It was supposedly Mr. El Grande Americano. And Chad Gable points out that he and El Grande Americano had actually been snubbed. They don't have spots in the championship tournament. And one of the Creed brothers is like, oh, you should let Brutus get in this instead, and I'll fight AJ Styles. And everybody looks at him like, what are you talking about? But yeah, him and AJ get to a quick match. It's actually very quick. AJ takes out the Brutus Bros, and then this quickly leads to him hitting this Taz Clash and pitting Gable. Gable just cannot catch a break. The women have one of their qualifying matches. This includes a lovely Liv Morgan, a Rhea Ripley, Kairi Sane, and additionally, Roxanne Perez. We get a bunch of segments and where we see Roxanne Perez and Liv going at it. Right before Liv comes out, she lets Roxanne know to not get in her way. And let the best woman, wink wink, Liv, win the match. Something about Liv Morgan, when she's in the ring with Rhea Ripley, she just gets tossed around like a rag doll. So Roxanne tries to work alongside her in order to do all they can to try and take Rhea out. They're not doing a crazy job. I'm not going to lie, this match was kind of slow. seemed a little awkward. Like there's a lot of ring rust in the ring right now, and some of them may not gel the best. But we got to see Rhea Ripley be the physically domineering force, and she was able to manhandle these women. Eventually, Raquel interrupts, and it starts to get good as Kairi Sane jumps out of the sky while these women are brawling. And then she later clambers right back into the ring, and she's able to hit the insane elbow right to Liv Morgan. But crazily enough, the way she tries to hit this roll-up is quickly and swiftly thwarted by Roxanne Perez, leading to Roxanne getting this win. Mind you, right before this, Liv Morgan actually took a riptide too. And then we get Big Time Bex. She steps out and kind of just spits more facts about how she's one of the greatest to ever do it, actually the greatest to ever do it, and how Lyra is a sore loser. I've been telling you that for a long time. Lyra is indeed a sore loser. She mentions that all the Burley had to do was raise her arm up, but she continued to get upset, and I kind of forget what happened. I think Becky might be slightly re-narrating the truth, because my memory could be fading me, but I just don't quite remember things going down the way that Becky mentioned it. Anyways, we hear Lyra's music, and before Lyra can even touch this woman, we get a surprise attack from Bayley, who snuffs Becky, and then Becky runs away. Like, she was running so fast, she left her title in the ring. So shout out to Becky. But bigger shout out to Bayley, because this could mean something. We got the horsewoman battling. We get a dope segment from Ron, the Truth Killings as well. Ron shows up and he's letting the crowd know, man, to not let anybody tell them that they can't do it. To not allow anybody to tell them that they don't have influence. Which is a direct kind of lashing back at John Cena for what he said, because he earlier mentioned how the crowd had no power and they're not able to get things accomplished the way they think they can. And I ain't gonna lie, it was a good promo. He talks about how he's been changed, how he's been awakened, and of course, again, how he does this all for the people. And that's one thing you can take away from Truth. He does all he can while the people are in front of him. But this dude pulls out some scissors and begins cutting his locks off. Yeah, look at Wade Barrett. Truth is gone, man. We're also definitely getting more problems in the backstage at the Judgment Day. Finn Balor isn't quite on the same page as Dominic Mysterio, and him and Dom were kind of butting heads back there too, because Finn was a little bit confused as to why he wasn't having a qualifying match. So that I can find kind of interesting too. Funny enough though, he was able to let little cousin Roxanne in on the plans, and she was able to secure herself a spot. We then got Braun Breaker versus Sami Zayn versus Dom versus Penta, which is almost another match we've seen again. I mean, there were some dope moments in this match, I'm not gonna lie. I'll tell you what, I'm a sucker for a good spear, but I mean, all these guys got in good offense. I mean, we got to see Penta hit some of his signature moves and emotes. Sami Zayn got to turn the crowd up. I mean, I really love that dude's Blue Thunder Bomb, bro. Dom was sneaky, man. He tried to take advantage of a lot of competitors when they were in down positions in order to try to get a win. There was even a dope spot where, I mean, we had Sammy do like the moonsault where he's coming off the top rope, where he bounces right on the top rope and flips back outside the ring. Oof, nice move. Ultimately, though, is Braun Breaker getting planted to the floor from LA Knight that is able to distract him from securing the win as his punt is right into the other corner and then gets a hell of a kick to the face. Funny enough, too, we actually got Liv Morgan interrupting Nikki Bella. We saw Nikki backstage kind of interacting with some of the superstars. Nikki announces Evolution 2, and she mentions a lot of the talent there, like Stephanie Vaquer or Vaquay. But she omits one name, that's Liv Morgan. And Liv takes quite an offense to that and just starts digging at Nikki Bella. And she's like, bro, you literally are upset because I have everything you wish you had. And then Nikki's like, oh, well. And she doesn't really have much of substance to say, other than whose man is that? But yeah, Liv cooked her, and I think all of us should remember why Liv Morgan gets so much praise. But yeah, she plants Nikki Bella on the ground after a nice oblivion, and we're going to see what happens next week. We then get another rematch between Gunther and Jay, and I mentioned to y'all before that I believe that this should be an opportunity that's thwarted by Seth Rollins and his people, but it wasn't. I thought the match in not long ago was a perfect opportunity. Yet it doesn't happen. Jay taps out. Gunther wins gold. I mean, look at this dude, man. And just like that, all power is bestowed to the proper opponents. We do get a little teaser too backstage. I mean, after Sami Zayn is able to collect the W, we get Karrion Kross facing him and saluting and congratulating the dude for actually turning to his bad side and doing what needed to be done. And Sami said, "No, I worked hard." But at the end of the day, LNA's right. The dude did lean on LA Knight interrupting. But I am interested to see where this may go. Are we going to get some more Gunther TV time? Is it going to be with Seth cash-in? We'll find out very, very, very soon. But all in all, solid episode. I'm not mad at this one. I got to give this one an okay rating. I mean, we didn't get the huge stars of the stars, but it was solid, man. And I mean, I'm glad that they were kind of fix some of the plots. You know, even got New Day some time. They were able to build up some nice heat on the crowd. So solid episode. Y'all let me know what y'all think.